The next question from Brightside Viking. Again, a patron. He says, if there was one thing about your channel or yourself that you could change, what would it be? If it were my channel, first of all, I have many channels, so it's hard to even say. I would probably say the one thing about my channel that I could change is to get it back in the YouTube search rankings properly. But I wish I could go back to where I was, where every time I did a big AAA playthrough, I would show up on the first 2 pages of YouTube search, and immediately I'd get an influx of tens of thousands of extra viewers to check out my stuff, because that's how I was getting natural growth. I was getting this exponential natural growth from people just seeing me in YouTube search, and now maybe 1 in every 10 games that I play even shows up in YouTube search in like the first 20 pages. It's ridiculous.
The thing that I would like to change about me
is my responses to negativity or hardship to not always go so crazy angry off the cuff. 5 years ago, I was making probably twice as much money as I'm making now. I had ridiculous amounts of viewership. I basically could do no wrong. Why was I so angry? That big spike of popularity that I had from, say, 2010 to 2012, I didn't know how to handle it, because I never had it before. It was out of nowhere. It was kind of a weird thing. And then finally, when it leveled out to a plateau, and then I said, all right, now I can be more of a mature human and start to be more realistic and stuff. And it still happens to this day. Admittedly, I go off the cuff and I react badly to things. I wish I could get rid of that, but okay, there you have it. It's hard for someone like me. I've always been one man on an island. I have never had any kind of a team up or a crossover with anyone else on YouTube. I've never had an opportunity or an offer to do so. Even though I've worked with Machinima for how many years, I've never had anyone from Machinima come to me and say, would you like to do this collaborative event or do this or that? And the bottom line is, I don't have clout. I never had clout where I could reach out to another YouTuber and say, would you like to do a co-op or would you like to do this? And bottom line is probably they would all just say no. Because who am I? You know what I mean? I exist within my own kind of bubble, and people know who I am, but you never hear about Phil in a big perspective. And so I've never had that opportunity to do a crossover or whatever, and, you know, I'm sure it probably would work out well, and it would be awesome to do that, but I don't have any ongoing contact with any YouTubers, and it just, you know, it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. You know, if there were an opportunity where someone wanted to do something, I would always be open to it. Anything that I would be offered, I would be willing to at least consider, but it seems to me I've never been the Mr. Popular. I never will be, let's face it, in my whole life. When I was in high school, when I was in the Street Fighter community, when I'm on YouTube, I'm never going to be Mr. Popular. And that's okay. I'll be myself. I'll be myself, and I'm still successful as myself. I'm still able to do this after all the shit I've been through. I'm okay with that. Not to say that I wouldn't like these kind of opportunities and join a super group, but it ain't going to happen. I'm a realist, and I know it's not going to happen. All right. One more question, and then we'll end this part, and we'll take a quick break, and I'll do a part 2, obviously. Oh, this is a good one, because I can actually pretty much answer this one in a nutshell. All right. From Bruticus Maximus. Some people, this has been a hot topic on their mind, and other people don't give two shits about this question, so here we go. I have a short question regarding Project 7. I've seen some YouTube comments asking if it would be okay to use Project 7 for other projects outside of your creation. That is, some people want to make a fan version of Project 7. Would it be okay for fans to use Project 7 or some variation of that name in their own video projects, or do you still plan to do something with the name? Well, first off, I don't even understand what would people make out of Project 7. Project 7 started as a little mini video series that I did by myself in 2010 that was terribly edited. It was supposed to be just a joke. I worked on it for 3 days and then completely dropped the idea and never went back to it. Then I revived it in late 2011 when I found some filmmakers who wanted to do something with me and see if they could get their name out there and get some popularity off of it. And the series ended up being pretty much a success, but then those filmmakers didn't get out of it what they wanted and said they wanted out of the project. So that's exactly what happened. And after that, I never went back to it. Now, I had ideas of maybe reviving the series and doing different things with it over the years, but it never came to fruition. So I don't understand, what would you do with Project 7?